As with many great stories, this one begins with a child who unknowingly set into motion something. Some would call it coincidence. Others might say fate. Regardless, it's undeniable that these events hold the potential to do nothing short of change the world. And it all started with one little girl. When Medical Marijuana Inc. became the first publicly traded cannabis company, we challenged ourselves to become the world's premier phytocannabinoid provider. We innovated an online marketplace and direct sales program that cannot be matched. Our success as a company derives from our purpose to help people live better and create a more sustainable world. We sought out the most qualified farmers on the planet and developed the ideal cultivars for large-scale hemp production. In doing so, we were the first to develop a cannabidiol-based product line. We were also the first to standardize the concentration of cannabidiol in each of our products, simply because it had never been done before. In the beginning, there were no guidelines to ensure a product's quality, so we developed a multi-tier lab testing procedure because it was the right thing to do for our customers. In those early days, the technology to produce cannabidiol on the scale we envisioned simply did not exist. So we invented it, becoming the first company to create an integrated CBD pipeline in the process. We developed the largest, most reliable source of phytocannabinoid products for the United States and dozens of countries around the world. We have also led the way in research. We were the first to obtain a license from the National Institutes of Health to develop cannabinoids as a drug treatment for degenerative brain diseases like CTE. This research opens the door to therapies for several other neurological disorders. You can see the impact of this movement all across the globe. In Paraguay and Puerto Rico, ours were the first phytocannabinoid-based products to be licensed as medically approved treatments. In Brazil, one little girl's need for cannabidiol created the first ever government subsidies for a phytocannabinoid product. Now, our hemp oil is being prescribed in Brazil for epilepsy, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, as well as for chronic pain and other conditions. In Mexico, the law was actually rewritten to allow the use of cannabidiol to treat a young autistic girl's seizures. To meet Mexico's strict regulation, we created the first completely THC-free hemp oil product on the market. From clean biofuels to building materials, hemp's possibilities are limitless. With it, we can change the status quo. We're proud of the things we've accomplished and the lives that we've touched. While many follow in our footsteps, we continue to forge a new path to health and wellness, because we are a company of firsts.
I'll be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect. I never imagined something like that happening to a child. And then I met her. It's ironic, despite everything going on with her, all she really wanted was for her parents to be happy. She felt guilty for putting them through so much. The money had run out. They lost their jobs, they were on the verge of divorce. Her one wish was that her parents could go on a cruise, just the two of them, so they could possibly repair what had been damaged by circumstance. I knew right then I had to do anything and everything I could to help her.
The existence of hemp can be found throughout recorded history. Food, medicine, elixir, textile. Hemp is thought by some to be the first crop domesticated by our ancestors. In ancient India, it was blended with milk and spices into a drink believed to aid digestion, relieve fever, and ease dysentery. Some thought it made the body more alert, calling it the nectar of the gods. Beginning in the mid-1800s, hemp oil was a natural part of the American pharmacopoeia, prescribed for everything from cramps to chronic seizures. After the 1930s, taxes made hemp too expensive to grow, and farmers mostly abandoned the crop. Hemp became more scarce. Cannabinoids all but disappeared from the food chain, and Americans became deficient in cannabinoids. Cannabidiol is a naturally occurring chemical compound found in plants like echinacea, flax, and of course hemp. In this form, it's referred to as a phytocannabinoid. But plants aren't the only source. Cannabinoids also exist in the human body and can even be found in breast milk. Some researchers contend they play a critical role in early childhood development. Regardless of the source, cannabinoids work in conjunction with the body's endocannabinoid system, also known as the ECS. The ECS is a network of cannabinoid receptors found in the mammalian brain and abdominal organs. This system plays a key role in regulating many natural functions, including mood, sleep, and appetite. Present from even the earliest stages of fetal development, the ECS predominantly consists of endocannabinoid receptors located in both the central and peripheral nervous systems. CB1 receptors in the central nervous system combine with the brain's nerve cells to help regulate the body's biochemistry. Both endocannabinoids and phytocannabinoids bind to these receptor points to control the passage of proteins between cells. CB2 receptors in the peripheral nervous system are mostly found on white blood cells, in the tonsils, and in the spleen. Cannabinoids that bind to these sites help modulate the immune system response to disease and injury. Research has shown that cannabidiol has the potential to reduce inflammation and protect critical cells against oxidation. However, with a lack of cannabidiol in the food supply and the tendency for endogenous cannabinoids to degrade within the human body, most people are deficient in these important compounds. This absence of cannabinoids has led researchers to establish a condition known as clinical endocannabinoid deficiency syndrome. A diet rich in phytocannabinoids, such as high concentration hemp oils and hemp seeds, may offset this deficiency. The discovery of cannabinoids and the endocannabinoid system has forced the scientific community to rethink how many of our most debilitating diseases function and how to treat them. As it turns out, so many of us are deficient in this fundamental substance that plays a key role in keeping our bodies balanced and healthy. These receptors are an intrinsic part of who we are, leading us to ask, are we starved of cannabinoids?
Like many, I was skeptical. I had never even heard of the endocannabinoid system or phytocannabinoids and what they could do. I was reluctant to hope. I had this irrational fear I might jeopardize the whole thing by getting too excited. But nothing else was working for this little girl, and I was determined to help her. It only took a few days, but the difference was undeniable. After a few weeks, I slowly became more hopeful.
Have you considered the complexities of your body's response to everyday activities? Take something simple, like running. Everyone has their theory about what makes a healthy body. What makes one lifestyle better than another? Some of them may be true. Others, maybe not. But we know that phytocannabinoids play an essential role in helping our bodies maintain an internal state of balance. When our endocannabinoid systems are nourished, we sleep better, we're focused, and our moods become more stable. Our bodies were built for cannabinoids. We have an entire system designed to receive cannabidiol for the purposes of regulating the body's internal systems. Currently, Canna Life Sciences is developing a cannabinoid-based treatment as an antioxidant and neuroprotectant for the brain. With a license from the National Institutes of Health, Canna Life Sciences is creating cannabinoid therapies for chronic traumatic encephalopathy and hepatic encephalopathy. In Amsterdam, Axum Biotechnologies is changing the game when it comes to pain management. Treatments using newly discovered types of cannabinoids are in development for a variety of neurological disorders. When you experience what a well-balanced endocannabinoid system feels like, what will you find? Will you discover something within you that you didn't realize you had? When you nourish your body with phytocannabinoids, how will you thrive?
I knew that I had stumbled onto something special. Still wasn't sure exactly what, but it was going to change everything. I think back to that little girl, how broken she was when I first met her. Now, she's about to graduate high school and she's getting straight A's. If this one thing could do so much to help that little girl, just imagine how many other people we can help.
The decision to develop phytocannabinoid products began with years of thoughtful consideration and intense research to determine the exact cultivar of hemp we needed to grow. The combines we invented were designed to cut down the hemp stalks, providing the highest possible concentrations of phytocannabinoids while minimizing waste. The byproducts that are formed in our processes are used to create hemp concrete blocks and insulation for sustainable building materials, helping make our hemp oil carbon negative. Even our extraction process was meticulously developed to produce the most reliable source of cannabidiol possible. Following good manufacturing processes, our hemp oil products are pure and consistent. We created the standard in product testing with a triple lab testing process that guarantees purity and quality, which is why our customers trust our products. Our commitment to innovation began when we made the decision to formulate a diverse line of products with the idea that no two people require the same thing. We are inspired by the people who rely on our products, which is why the decision to love what we do comes neatly packaged with every order that leaves our warehouse. The people who depend on our products are more than just our customers. They're also our own families, our mothers, our brothers, our children, and yours. We work hard every day to produce phytocannabinoids that bring balance and sustainability to the world. For us, our return on investment comes from a very special place.
You know what I remember most from those early days? Reading, researching. I had to know everything there was to know about cannabidiol, about the ECS. I realize now that I was probably a little obsessed, but ideas that change the world tend to have that effect. In reality, we're here as a company because of that little girl. The combines, the cultivars, even the testing procedures, they were all inspired by her. I honestly wasn't sure exactly what we were going to accomplish. I just knew that it was going to be big. In 2014, the global cannabis market was valued at over $240 billion, and it's now one of the fastest growing industries in the United States. Hemp can be used to develop over 50,000 different products, from nutritional supplements to biofuels to building materials. To put this into perspective, anything made by petroleum can be made from hemp. In virtually every industry it touches, hemp is a cleaner, more sustainable option to traditional materials. Most hemp-based products are biodegradable and require far fewer resources than most other crops. It takes just 140 days for hemp to be harvested and manufactured into pulp for paper. Timber, by comparison, requires several years to mature before it can go into production. Fibers derived from industrial hemp can be developed into ethanol-based biofuels, thus reducing our overall dependency on oil and fossil fuels. Sales of hemp food and other hemp health products have steadily increased over the last several years, growing 21% between 2013 and 2014. The hemp industry is rapidly growing in communities all across the globe. Medical Marijuana Inc. offers several unique ways to make the world a more sustainable place. The quickest and easiest way to get involved is by trying out a few of our products and seeing how they work for you. Some of our clients are so excited by the results, they become as eager as we are to share their experience with their friends and family. And a great way to do this is through our Can Away program. If you are interested in actively supporting the company's research and development of new products, check out the Medical Marijuana website for more information. Or if you're seeking answers to questions you may have about phytocannabinoids, check out Echo Connection. Our nonprofit organization is an online resource for news, scientific research, and patient stories. Find out how one story can save a life. The potential of hemp is undeniable, and the future of the hemp industry is limitless. As hemp-based products offer a better alternative to the status quo, new markets continue to grow and develop. Medical Marijuana Inc. is at the forefront of this expanding industry, and we are committed to a cleaner, more sustainable world.
Sometimes I stop and think about everything that has happened. I think about the people whose lives we have changed. And everything we have accomplished has been done by working together. I often think back to my childhood when I was so small and fragile. I think about how different my life would have been if it weren't for the kindness of people I didn't even know. Strangers became heroes when I needed help the most. Now, it's my turn. Everyone has a story to tell. Stories that make you laugh, make you cry. They captivate our hearts and inspire immeasurable change. These are the stories that can save a life.